have like awesome news to share with y'all. But before we do that, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear us. And I want to, I see some people from Canada. I see Florida. What's up, Florida? Lots of Florida. Yeah. Lots of Texas. Southern girls, our boys. I love it. I love this. This is amazing. So I'm going to ask, like, those that are live on Instagram, can you hear me? Maybe comment yes if you can hear me. All right, all right. So YouTube, can you hear me? Can I get like a thumb up or like anything? A thumbs up. YouTube can hear. And how about Facebook? Is the audio good? How's it going? Because we are live. So everything we're doing right now is like live. Can everybody hear us on Facebook? We're good? Awesome, awesome. I see more people from Texas. More people. Yeah. I'm from Japan. Japan. What's her name? Australia. Japan. Like, thank you. Like, literally, thank you for coming here. What time is it in Japan? That's nuts.
Super late, probably.
It's totally super late. I love that. So from Japan, you probably love Theo, right? I feel like a lot of people in Japan have like red toy poodles. It's awesome. Should I go? Yeah.
Who else we got here? Comment below.
So we're just settling in right here. I want.
Live just went down, so
okay.
YouTube and Instagram are still good.
So Facebook's live just went down. So y'all grab your coffee. If it's in the morning, grab your wine. If it's at night. But it's really important because we're going to be going over social media and branding. So I want you to also grab a piece of paper and a pen because we're going to need that. Facebook just got back up. All right. So who's ready? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. So yesterday was day one of the live masterclass, and we went over, the shift, one of the shifts in my career that took me from being a bartender, working a job I didn't like, to coming into my greatness and being an international luxury wedding photographer. What that was really, really, really learning how to use my camera. And then that allowed me to like really figure out what my secret sauce was. And then we showed some really exclusive behind the scenes videos from a shoot of me actually shooting an actual couple, which I think is really important for you guys to remember as photographers when you're looking for photography schools. You're not going to look for the photographer who's shooting models. We're shooting real people, like real people that are engaged. So that is our BTS videos that our members get every single month at the Inspire Club. So we showed that exclusive content, which is amazing. And today what I'm going to be going over is the second thing that really, really, really sort of like shifted my business, because you guys, so I learned how to use my camera. I learned what my secret sauce was, but I still had a problem. Right? So my problem was, where were my clients, right? I didn't have a PR person to find my clients for me. I didn't have, rich friends that had rich friends that were getting married. I didn't have any of those things. I wasn't published in any magazines at that time. I wasn't, all over Style Me Pretty, all over Vogue.com, anything like that. So what did I do? Girl, I'm resourceful. So what I did is, yeah, right? I learned how to use branding and social media to attract my ideal client, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to share with you tips and tricks on how I did that. But right before we do that, let me tell you what happened yesterday. All right. So this was kind of like crazy and like this total like dream come true, totally wild moment. But yesterday at our live, I don't know if y'all were here, but y'all, our server went down. Like we broke the internet. It was crazy. So many of you guys showed up. So many of my tribe. I can say that now because it's been 8 years. And so you are my tribe because you're in Japan and you're in Texas and you're in Florida and you're in Australia and you're showing up. And this is awesome. And you're here to support us. And our site went down. It's crazy. The server went down. It was like the best moment. So we had so many people join the Inspire Club yesterday. Right? So it's crazy and it's like wild. And then we had to get together and we had to make an executive decision. So I can't even really believe I'm saying this right now, but so we're actually closing the doors on May 9th. So on May 9th, we're closing the doors. We're not going to be able to accept any more new members in the Inspire Club. Okay? So I'm going to keep my promise to you because that's what we're all about here. I've promised you that until May 9th that we would, you could get in the Inspire Club for $20 and then it was going to go up in price, but that's not the deal anymore. Like you can definitely, you had my word, you can get in for $20 until May 9th, but we're going to close the doors. And like why would we close the doors? Like that's an awesome question. Like why would we close the doors? But the answer is actually super, super simple. Like our core value at the Inspire Club, like every single team member here, every person involved here, and you guys, like our core value is service. We are here to service our members. So we're shutting the doors May 9th, and we're putting our heads down, and we're going to go in there and we're going to service all of those clients. Because for us, it's about taking you from where you are now, and I'm telling you, a lot of our members are in jobs that they don't love. They're not full-time photographers yet, but our passion is taking them from where they are and holding their hand through the process and putting them in the position to be full-time photographers, well paid. I'm going to say that time and time again, because everybody deserves to be well paid, right? So that's why we're closing the doors May 9th, and that's less than 48 hours away, right? And I don't want nobody to be mad at me, but because I'm telling you right now, like we really do have to do that. We have to do that because our level of service is like way, 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 way up, and that's like the very, very, very most important thing to me personally. And if you followed me for years, you know that about me. When I was a waitress, I was a dang good at customer service. As a wedding photographer, I am dang good at customer service. And as the leader, one of the leaders of the Inspire Club, I am dang good at customer service. So that's our core value. That's the thing. So like I said, we're here. We're keeping our word. You can definitely still join until May 9th. But when May 9th, America time, May 9th, America time, you guys, when that rolls around, we're going to shut the doors. And you'll have to be on a waiting list. And I don't know if we are going to open it up again. We're going to have to see. But this has been like an insane experience for me. And so my head's kind of like, wow. But I got to get grounded, and I got to really, really, really focus on those members that are in that. So yeah, right. Okay, so if you want to join, so I need you to the link is up there, you guys, right?
Yeah.
So there's a link right now. It's the one that you'll see pinned on the top of the Facebook page and Instagram and YouTube. www.theinspireclub.net/join. So, you know, if you want to join, go ahead and get your seat in there. And I just got to be honest, like on the 9th, we're closing the doors. So like I said, y'all know I love you and I don't want nobody to be mad. Okay? So, okay, also, real quick, we have this awesome giveaway today. So this giveaway is really special to me because one of the biggest things that happened in my career was I had a portfolio review with a really a leader in the wedding industry, and she led me in the right direction. And I really feel like that is one of the moments where I went from kind of not knowing exactly what my brand and style was to knowing exactly what I needed to do. She, with the notes that she gave me, I just like went in this direction that led me down the road of being a luxury wedding photographer. So so that's the giveaway today. So one lucky winner, and you got to stay on till the live is over. So you got to stay on till the end, because that's only fair, right? And you're gonna get so much value today. We're about to get into this content. You're gonna have so much value.
So good.
Right? So you're gonna have to stay on to the live till the very, very end. But one lucky winner is gonna win a 60-minute business strategy phone call with me. And so y'all, I'm gonna be going over your portfolio. We're gonna be coming up with an action plan for you. It's gonna be like really, really, really awesome. So yesterday we gave away a 50mm lens. That was awesome. Today we're giving away a 1-hour strategy call with me. This is awesome. And then tomorrow we're giving away the big grand prize, which is a $5,000 camera and lens put together. So everybody's excited about it. Comment below if you're excited.
Yeah.
Say yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Give me some comments. Tell me what's up. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I love seeing you, Emily. I love seeing you, Shannon. I love seeing you, Amanda. This is amazing. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and get into this content. So what I want to teach you today is some tips and tricks that I did personally, and I still do in my business to attract my ideal client. So we're going to start with branding. And from my experience, when I have learned from mentors and teachers that have taught me about branding and about, you know, how to talk to my ideal client, things like that, I've always learned the best when they sort of like told me their answer, right? So I actually have a branding questionnaire here, sitting right here in my lap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to get a pen and paper and a pen. I'm going to give you a second to do that, because we're going to be doing like a little homework together. So I got my paper and I got my pen, and we're going to be going over some branding questions together. And then what I'll do is I'll read the question, and then I'm going to share with you my answer. And I want to also encourage you that you don't have to have the right answer right now, right? I also want to encourage you and let you know that, your answers can change. Your answers to these questions. Can y'all hear that mockingbird? It's beautiful. Like Palm Springs is awesome. There's like stars and it's beautiful and there's this amazing bird. It's great. So anyway, while you're getting your pen and paper, I just want to note, we're going to go over this right here in this live, but this training, I can go on and on about branding for like 3 hours, and we have really, really in-depth training videos on the club that are like 8 modules long. They're kind of crazy and in-depth and awesome, and those really show like exactly what I do, but you're going to get a taste of that right here, and I know this is going to be so valuable for you. And you know what, when you're feeling value, it encourages me when you make a comment or when you're like, yes, or something. I just love to know that you're there. I love to connect with you. I love to know that you're listening, right? All right, good. Everybody's saying yes. I love it.
Let's go.
All right, so shall we get into the questions? Everybody's ready, right? So like I said, we are doing a branding questionnaire. The reason that we're doing this is so that you can see my logic, my strategy, like what I do to attract my ideal client through branding, and then you can go do the same thing. And I'm giving you the permission to use any of my words. Okay, let's start with the very first one. Describe your services and the products that you offer, right? So I'm going to read you my answer, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of insight about how you can answer your question really good. Now, that bird, is this bird like, I'm just going to have to speak over him. Is anybody else bothered by the bird? I'm not bothered by him, but I hope that you're not.
Comment below bird if you love the bird.
Oh, okay. Well, just so y'all know, I'm so focused right now because I got to, yeah. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I love that. Okay. So describe your services and the products that you offer. So if I was just like kind of lazy and kind of like half in it, which we don't over here at the Inspire Club, I might say, what are my products and services? Hey, I'm a wedding photographer. But check out my answer. I am an international luxury wedding photographer. I capture priceless memories that turn into family heirlooms, and I specialize in working with real couples. I direct and pose my clients in ways that make them look natural. Okay. Wow, that means yes. That's a really good way to describe your brands and what you do, your products and services. That's a really good way to describe what you do on your website. That's a really good way to describe what you do to, your client when you're meeting her for lunch. And here's the pro tip. You ready for a Jana pro tip? I'm going to give like 3 or 4 pro tips throughout this questionnaire. Here's a good way. Like your ideal client, whoever that is, you want to ask yourself what keeps her up at night, or what keeps your client up at night. Like what kind of, what's their pain point? What problem can you solve for them? So for me, my ideal client is like, they doctors, they lawyers, they're in college, they're rich, they're just so busy. They're traveling the world so much. They want to have the best photos that they could totally possibly imagine, and they don't want to stress about it. So guess what? Don't have to stress about it. Jenna Williams is here, or any member of the Inspire Club, because they've been taught by Jenna Williams. And right?
Let's go.
And they can step up and they can make this shoot. They can make you look great in a photo, even if you're a real couple and you're not a model. They can do this because I'm solving that problem for you. You don't have to stress about it anymore. Does that make sense to anybody? Is this making sense? We're going to move on to the second question. This is an easy one. Like, what are your company colors? So my colors are white, black, gold, and a little bit of blush. And now, how did that happen? This might seem simple, but I think it's a really good tip. And if I was just having coffee with you right now and we were just sitting at a cafe, I would love to share this with you. So I think a really good way to find what your colors are is to look around your house, right? Look and see like what you are about already. So for me, I love interior design. I love my apartment. So I start looking around my apartment and I see that it's like, those are the colors, right? It's black, white, gold, and a little bit of pink. So it's so funny that people comment that a lot on my Instagram, like your whole the whole wedding thing and the whole, like your whole life looks like one. But it's so funny that it's just like, it's just a part of your brand. You kind of like live the brand, you are your brand. Let's move on to question 3. What is your brand's vision? So this is awesome, you guys. So make sure that you write this down, okay? What is your brand's vision? And you might have heard this here and there, like, what is a vision? I'm gonna tell you right now what your vision is. Your vision is your why. And your why is huge, right? So why do you do what you do? And so this question might, it might not be like super easy for you to answer it like right now. You might just need to like get your piece of paper, get your pen, and really like write it, like pour it on the page. But when you do, you'll find out your why, and I'm gonna share with you my why. My why is because I am here to change lives. And I firmly believe that photography can change your life. I think a good picture can change your life. A good picture can make you feel beautiful. It can remind you that you're beautiful. It can remind you of a time that you felt, all of these things. I mean, I firmly believe that photography can change your life. But also at the Inspire Club, right? So my vision, our vision at the Inspire Club, it's the exact same. It's to change lives, right? So we are here to see transformation. We want to see our members go from having a life as, maybe you're working a desk job, maybe you're working corporate, maybe you're a waitress, maybe you're just like me and you're just trying to figure things out. But we are here to change your life and take you from where you are to making you a full-time, well-paid photographer, because you deserve that, and each and every one of us deserve that. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
Right?
Below amen, yo.
Comment below right there. Yep. So let's see here. Let's move on to the next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Right? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and we're still on it. So we have 3 more questions, which is good. But where do you see yourself in 5 years? I think this is like such an awesome question. So I'll just tell you straight up, where I see myself in 5 years as a wedding photographer is that I will take no less than $20,000 to shoot a wedding. And that's going to be in 5 years. Right, babe?
Yeah.
So in 5 years, I will take no less than $20,000. But what I see for the Inspire Club is also so exciting. So my 5-year vision, our 5-year vision for the Inspire Club is we are changing thousands of people's lives. My vision is that we are going to go to different countries. Why not? Different countries, different cities, different countries to do meetups, right?
You did.
And
in Paris meeting with
that's true. This is true. That's true. We were just in Paris, and we met up with an awesome the Inspire Club member. So it was so great. But I want to do big meetups. I want to do in the world and then even bigger than that. I would love to have some members of the Inspire Club work with us, be on our team, be on the TIC team. I mean, that gets me excited. And yesterday was like, it blew my mind so much that I just started being like, oh my gosh, like this can happen. This is crazy. This is possible. Oh my gosh. Like it's nuts. So if you feel like that could be you, like you might be somebody that would want to be on the TIC team, then definitely click the link in profile or it's in profile or it's just pinned up. It's that link is www.theinspireclub.net/join. So 100%, and we're only open, like the doors are only open for the next 48 hours. And I don't know when we're going to open up again. I don't know if we're going to open it up again. I got to be honest with you. I have no idea. Like everything is just happening so fast right now, but it's such a good thing. Like we have so much momentum and so many things are happening. So definitely 100%, like
Everyone wants to meet up.
yeah, right? Everybody, like I want to meet up so much. And the Inspire Club is going to make that possible, right? It's going to make it possible because, this club is just bringing us all together. And yesterday we got so much closer to the meetups. Like what happened yesterday here brought us so much closer to the meetups. And if you want to be part of that, and if you want to be a part of the Inspire Club and a part of this team, and you want to grow with us and rise with us, then join today. Like join today because, it's May 9th. I mean, it really is. It's just awesome. It's awesome, and I'm so excited. Okay, all right. Let's move to the next question. So the question is, who is your ideal client? And I wrote a note that said, be specific. I want to give you a hint here. This is another Jana Williams pro tip. So your ideal client is more than likely like someone that you would be friends with, right? She's probably got a lot of qualities that are similar to you. So for me, a quick way to envision my ideal client is to imagine myself, but loaded, like unlimited budget. That is my ideal client, you guys. It's me with unlimited budget. But let's get serious and let's write down some words, right? So here are some of my words, and you are welcome to take them. So let's talk about her being genuine, soulful, a trendsetter, fun, kind, beautiful, chic, lifestyle, right? So these are all the words that I use to describe my ideal client. And later on, when we talk about how to talk to your ideal client, I'm going to show you how to use these words in your Instagram captions so you're speaking to your ideal client. So that's going to be a little bit later on. But now we're going to finish up with this this branding questionnaire. Who's getting some content out of here? Who's like learning something?
Comment below, y'all.
Comment below. Tell me if you're learning. I need to know because I want to feel you. You know, it's so funny. The next question is, why do clients purchase your product? And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you exactly what I've written, and then I'm going to tell you a story. So why do clients purchase my product over, like, why are they purchasing my wedding photography services over someone else's? Well, I've educated them on everything that I deliver, right? For example, they've seen my work all over my website, all over Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook. I mean, they've seen it everywhere. They've been hearing from their friends about this photographer that shows up and gives 100%, about this photographer that shows up and, you know, gives amazing customer service, about this photographer that shows up and she delivers the photos in 4 to 5 weeks. All of this about how I did that and how I do that now, how I did that for the wedding I shot last weekend, how I did that for how I'm going to do that for the ideal client I'm shooting on Saturday. You know, all of that, you can find all of those answers in the Inspire Club and on our live trainings that we have in the Facebook group weekly. So what I think is so funny about this question is, like, that's the whole point of branding yourself, right? Because you're really choosing and picking apart the things that make you different. But maybe you feel like I did. Maybe you feel like I did when I first started trying to brand myself, which was when Instagram first started. So like around 8 years ago, right, babe? So it'd be like 8 or 9 years ago. I'm not exactly sure when it started, but I thought about something today when we were thinking about this. Like, one of the first big things I did to start branding myself was I listened to a mentor. A mentor told me that I should have an intro video on my website. So I told Dave, man, hey, I need you to do an intro video for me. And he's like, what? What is that? What is that? But there was this little voice in my head that was telling me, like, you don't have any designer clothes. Like, you can't afford to go get your makeup done. You know, I was like doing my own blonde hair from like CVS grocery store. Like, I'm dead serious. I mean, it was just like we didn't have any money. I remember I was telling him we had an apartment that had a washer and dryer hookup, which is bomb. Like, if you live in New York or LA or San Francisco or Japan or probably even Houston or Austin, like, you know, maybe you know the deal. Like, it's like kind of like you hit the gold pot when you have an apartment with a washer and dryer hookup. But y'all, still, like, we lived in that apartment for 3 years before we could afford the washer and the dryer. And it was at this time that I was doing the intro video, and I was selling myself to like really, really luxury clients, you know? And like I'm saying, there was definitely like a voice in my head telling me to wait, to not do it, that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't deserve that. But I had made that decision that, like, no matter what, I was going to bet on myself. Like, I was going to give it my all, no matter what. And it definitely wasn't easy all the time. So definitely some of the feelings I felt were, I'll just name them off. You're too old. Because I didn't pick up a camera till I was 28 years old, right? And so, like, when you're 28, everybody else that's doing photography is like 20. And I was like, oh my gosh, too old. I need to lose some weight. I need to you know, come from a family that's got it more together. I need to be in the perfect marriage. I need to, you know, my life just needs to look prettier before I can do this. I need to live in a nicer place so I can take content of my apartment. Y'all, I didn't even have a washer and dryer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to the laundromat after I was doing my intro video trying to get ideal clients, but I'm saying this to you because I know a lot of you out there, I know that you are in the same place that I was, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I know that you are, and I just want to encourage you to bet on yourself, right? To do that, to do this. Would this be a good time to share a testimonial? Yeah. Should we? I don't know. I think it'd be amazing. Or we could go through the last question first.
We do.
Okay, so we're gonna go. I'll do one more question, and then we're gonna share a testimonial. I'm excited. Whose testimonial are we sharing?
Hey,
Is it Denise?
Denise. Maybe we should share Denise's.
I love Denise. Denise Gomez, if you're watching, I love you.
She's
Okay.
in the house. We love you, Denise.
So the last question is, how is your brand different? What sets you apart? And I wrote, my brand is different because I shoot fashion as well as weddings. So I have to let my clients know that, you guys. So I have to share that. I have to make sure that they know that I'm shooting fashion as well as weddings. And I do think that my brides really like that. They know that I go the extra mile because they see me going the extra mile. You do one thing in your life like you do everything in your life. They see me going the extra mile with every single thing that I do. I show up every day. I'm showing up for the Inspire Club. I'm showing up for my brides. I'm showing up for the people that are kind enough to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Also, I've made it very clear that I have my clients back. Right? I've made it very clear that they don't have to be nervous on a shoot because I'm going to take care of them. And you'll see that a lot in the BTS videos. So in the Inspire Club, every single month, you get an exclusive BTS video where you're my second shooter, you're my virtual second shooter, and you see very, very clearly the exact words I use to make my clients feel very comfortable. One thing I'll share with you now is I always say this to my clients. You don't have to do anything, right? All you have to do, get your hair and makeup done, make sure you have cute outfits on, and I can help you with that too. But you just show up with an open heart, and I take care of everything else. And they really respond to that, you guys. And if I were you, if I was like me 8 years ago, and someone was sharing this with me, I would 100% listen to everything this person said, and then I would watch every single BTS video every day, probably. Literally, I probably would, because I'm like that. I'm a good student. When I decide I'm going to do something, I do it. And I would get out there and I would do exactly what I'm doing, because that's what people pay me for. It is 100% what people pay me for. Do we have that testimonial ready? Because this brings me so much joy, you guys. It's probably my favorite thing about the Inspire Club is getting the testimonials. And is it Denise that we're showing? Oh my gosh, y'all, it's Denise. Denise, okay. You guys just got to watch Denise. She's so amazing. I'm so excited for her to share her story. Awesome, you guys. So let's hear what Denise has to say about the Inspire Club and what it's done for her. This makes me so happy.
Hi, my name is Denise Gomez, and I'm with Denise Gomez Photography. I just wanted to get on really quick and just kind of share my testimony as to what the Inspired Club has done for me as a person, as a woman, as a photographer, and what it has done for me in my company. So I started very small. I bought a DSLR camera because I loved photography and I wanted to shoot my family and my friends. So I started watching Jana Williams on her YouTube channel, and I was so in the moment that she announced that she was doing the Inspired Club. And I've been there from the very beginning, and being featured, that gave me such a confidence boost. And I just knew I needed to keep doing this, because when there's someone out there telling you, you have the potential, you have the gift, it is inspiring for you. You need those things in order to continue on the things that you want to do. And for me, it was watching her tutorials when I had time. I am a single mom, I work full time. So it's just extremely important to just be able to get online and watch all of those, shaded room lighting, tutorials, to, the portrait, the engagement sessions, the weddings, just being able to kind of shadow her without being all the way in California, just being a part of what she is doing day to day, to her showing you how to edit these photos or what the raw images look like and how to bring them to life. That is important in everything that you're doing. And me booking my first wedding has been everything, and I would never have been able to do that on my own. I did that because I had the Inspired Club. I had this group of women. I had this group of entrepreneurs and, bloggers and photographers, and this group of people that knew how to guide you and, be supportive along the way, and just be able to fill in you the things that you need. And overall, I just want to say thank you to the Inspired Club for just being there, being supportive, and, watching me grow and applauding my first wedding and just watching me get to the next level. So I would have never been able to do this without the Inspired Club. So thank you so much to Jana and Dave and the Inspired Club, and for just allowing me this opportunity and instilling in me that I am capable and I am good, and to keep going, and just having that, the cheering behind you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Y'all, give a hand to Denise Gomez. Seriously, literally when she sent that testimonial over, we both cried. He held my hand. We were sitting in front of the computer. He held my hand and we both cried about it, because that's what lights us up right there. And I'm so proud of Denise. Like, single mom, learned how to use her camera, booked her first wedding. Like,
that's it. That's why
yes.
We do this. That's why we do this.
So much love. Like,
comment below love. Comment below love.
I wish I had a button just to press love on Denise, but Denise knows how much I love her.
Every single comment for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I love Denise. I'm so excited about that. I'm so glad. Thank you for letting me share that with you, because literally that's kind of like the whole heart of the Inspired Club, and that's the whole part of like what we're about, So I'm about to go into how to share some of this branding strategy on Instagram. I'm going to give you some tips on how to use Instagram, but just letting you know that there's the link up there. Join the Inspired Club at www.theinspiredclub.net/join. Yes, yes. Help me. Love that. Yes. What is it? The link is in the description. I think we have a lot of questions, people asking like where to sign up, but yeah, which is amazing. I love that. Barbara Jean,
welcome to the club.
Barbara Jean, welcome to the tribe. You are part of the tribe now. We love that.
Barbara Jean, let's go.
Awesome. Okay, so what I want to get into now is going over what I did with after I learned like what I wanted my brand to be. I started to realize that I had to put that out there on Instagram and like social media. And so one of the things I had to do was make a commitment, right? So I had to make a commitment that I was going to show up every day and post on Instagram. Well, on Facebook and Pinterest and everything too, but like this thing would be like 6 hours long if I went into everything about that. So right now I'm just going to focus on Instagram, because let's be honest, Instagram right now is like your new website. It's really, really important. Personally, I book probably 35 to 40% of my weddings from Instagram. How did that happen? First of all, it happened because I was consistent, because I am consistent, very, very, very consistent. But here's what made my life easier. When I started to get really, really focused on what I was going to post about, that's what makes it so much easier. So grab your pen and paper, and let's talk about 5 things that you can post about, right? So 5 things that are going to help you just sort of get on this social media train. Maybe you're out there and you're thinking to yourself like, I don't like social media, or I'm too old for social media, or like, I don't like being in front of the camera, which we'll get into that in a minute. But let's first choose 5 things that you can post about, which is going to make your life a lot easier. Not to mention that we have a whole content calendar right now. We've made a content calendar that's 30 days long with ideas of every single thing that you can post, and that's going out. Is that going out to everybody that joins today? So everybody that joins today, you're going to be getting a content calendar, and that's bomb. Like, it's awesome. So link in profile. Join today if you want that content calendar. It's really, really, really pretty, and it's got awesome, awesome ideas. It's going to make your life easier. All right, so what I'm going to do is the same thing I did with the branding. I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I post about, and it just makes my life easier. It makes it kind of seamless. Number 1, I'm going to post about me. And I could just feel hearts like dropping right then. And because I know that a lot of you out there, you're photographers, And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I don't want to be in front of the camera, Jana. Like, I'm behind the camera. I'm the girl behind the camera. Guess what? I'm also the girl behind the camera. I know that you're seeing me in front of the camera right now, and I know that if you've been on my journey for 8 years, that you have seen me in front of the camera. But that's all the strategy, you guys. That is the branding. That is the social media. That is how I've used it, and that's how I'm going to teach you to use it. I remember the first time one of my mentors told me that I should start a Facebook page. I thought, what the heck? I don't know. Does anybody out there know Chriselle Lim? So she was a blogger that I started working with years ago, 8 years ago. And I'll never forget it. We were in an elevator, and I was servicing her, like all of us as wedding photographers, we are servicing. We're in the elevator. I've got my camera on. I'm not camera ready, or I don't want my picture taken. And she says to me, have you started your Facebook business page yet? Or actually back then she called it Facebook fan page. And I thought, okay, why in the world would I have a fan page, right? You can have a fan page because like you're a blogger and you're beautiful and you have all these designer clothes and you're like, you know, your audience obviously wants to follow you for like outfit inspiration, but like, why would I? And she made it really clear. She said to me, this is what you should do. She said, don't think about it. Take some pictures of yourself with your camera and post them. Start talking to photographers, start giving some tips, start engaging with them. And you know what I do? Like I said before, I'm a good student. And when I see somebody that's being successful and that somebody has something that I wish I had, you don't got to ask me twice. Like, I'm really good at just kind of doing it. I'll like turn off the things in my head that are telling me that I don't deserve this or I'm worried about what people are going to think. It's not that easy to turn that off. And so if you're out there feeling that, I totally understand. But I'm just telling you, if I could give you any advice, just listen to me. Just do it. Do what I did. I've just listened to other people and it's changed my life drastically. So I'm going to go a little bit more into that in a few minutes. But number one is going to be me. I'm going to post about me. Number two, I'm going to post about my work. I'm a photographer, right? So I'm going to post my weddings. I'm going to post about my work. I'm going to post about my brides. That's the second thing of content I have. What's my third? I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I have the cutest red poodle named Theo. Does anybody out there know Theo? My red poodle. He's amazing. And he's like a blessing sent, and we love him. So he's just, I mean, he's the third thing I'm going to post about. He's awesome to look at. He's so cute. He's so fun. The fourth thing is I'm obsessed with self-help. Like, I'm like so obsessed with like inspirational things that make me feel good. So if you know me, you know that if I love something and it changes me, the first thing I want to do is share it. I want to share it with my audience. I want to share it with my tribe. So I share inspirational quotes. And I'm married. Now, the fifth thing I share is this handsome fella right here that I'm married to. Handsome and soulful. If you think he's cute, you should see him on the inside. Like, his insides are so good. He's such a good human. No, but it's true. I mean, this is a good human being sitting right there. So I post about Dave and I. Let me give you some ideas to post if you don't have a husband, if you don't have a red poodle. Food. Like, I wish I was a foodie. I wish I was obsessed with food because food goes crazy on Instagram, you guys. Do I have any foodies out there? Anybody out there that likes food, likes to photograph your food, anything like that? Comment below. Comment below. Because if you are into food, if you're a foodie, you should be posting that like all over your Instagram. That should definitely be one of the things that you post about because, you know, it goes crazy on Instagram. Another one might be like interior design. Interior design is nuts. If you love to travel, that's amazing. Start with that. Start traveling. Yeah. Start. Yeah, babe. Tell him. Flat lays. It's Dave. Dave's on camera, right?
No, not really.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Come on, Dave. Let's go.
Yeah. So Dave just said flat lays, which I thought was really good. We went over some flat lays yesterday. Yeah. So, you know, then I'm going to talk about a little bit about the ways that you can start. I'm going to go into the 3 E's. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. So I'm going to go over the ways that you can now start to make sure that all of your captions are going to really speak to your ideal client. So who out there has ever decided that you are going to be committed to Instagram, committed to this basic mini website? You post a picture and you're like, I don't know what the heck to post, right? I mean, Comment below if you're like, I'm lost, right? I feel lost when it's time to post a caption on Instagram. Are we getting any love out there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Everyone's commenting like
Aw,
so much.
thank you. Sorry, I just had to ask. I just had.
said, I have a boyfriend. Does that count?
Oh,
Yes.
yes, boyfriends count. Post him, post him, post him. Post you and your
Kitties,
boyfriend.
kitties.
Kitties. Oh.
Sabrina said food is life.
Food is, Sabrina, food is life. I just wish that I like ate pretty food. But you're right, food is life. Maybe, where are you at, Sabrina? I'll hook up with you in your hometown and you can show me your love for food. So that would be super fun. All right, here we go. So I'm glad to know that you guys are getting something out of this. That makes me happier than anything.
Everyone's stoked on the captions. Like, I didn't even-
Awesome. Okay, here we go.
Coffee and Spark on YouTube just joined. She's so
Oh, yay!
Coffee
Coffee
and
and Spark.
Spark,
I love
let's
it. Yay, I'm so excited. So here we go with the captions. There's 3 E's, you guys. And so you have to ask yourself this question before you post anything. Is this caption going to engage, entertain, or educate my audience, right? Now I'm going to give you an example of what it's like to engage your audience. Okay, I'm here in Palm Springs. We came out here for work. Imagine I was going to do a flat lay. We did a flat lay yesterday, if anybody was here and you saw that. There was some, we had some Palm Springs postcards I got for like 35 cents, super cute. So these shoes, I just threw these shoes in that flat lay, like a little hat. So imagine if I posted that flat lay, my caption might be, in Palm Springs for work, does anybody recommend any restaurants? Right? So this is like an engaging, it's really simple, and obviously captions can get a lot more storytelling and things like that, and we're working on a huge course for that in the Inspire Club right now, where you're going to really be storytelling with your captions. But today I'm just going to go over some simple ones. Like, this is for you if you're really, really stuck and you're like, I just don't know what to post. Here's one: engagement. Just making sure that you're like asking them a question, you're engaging with them. I'm going to go over the 2 other ones, and I'm going to give you Jana's pro tips for how to get more people to like and comment on you, right? The second one is to educate. Let's use that example that I'm in Palm Springs again, right? So I could educate my audience by taking a gorgeous photo of a palm tree. And as a photographer, the best way that my audience likes to be educated is through photography. So if I take a beautiful photo of these palm trees and then I tell my audience exactly what my settings are, that is me educating them. Like, they're gonna love that. And Sabrina, out there, you're a food lover, right? So a really, really great way for you to educate me on Instagram, and a really great way that I might go on your Instagram and like comment back or like engage with you, is if maybe you're at your favorite restaurant and you tell me what I should get when I'm at that restaurant, right? So you're educating me, right? So I'm gonna like have way more reasons to get in there and like chat with you. So we're gonna engage, educate, and the third one is entertain.
Yay.
Entertain. So did everybody write these 3 down? An awesome example of the way that I entertain my audience is through wedding photos, right? So my work is wedding photography. That's what I'm shooting most of the time. So when I am posting that up there, I am entertaining them. It's pretty if I just post a picture, but imagine if I post a picture and I tell the story of this bride and groom, or I tell the story of my experience shooting their wedding. And so often, you guys, like from the bottom of my heart, I get moved, I get inspired, I get like I feel like I get changed by my brides. Like, I'm at this point where I'm attracting such the ideal client that I feel like it's like they're coming into my life on like on this different level, and I just feel really, really, really connected with them, and I feel like I'm actually like I get elevated as a human by them. Like, they're awesome. Like, I literally love my brides. So for me to share an experience of how I was moved by them as a person is even, and it's so authentic, it's so real. So to review that, it's engage, educate, entertain. Now, is that going to help anybody the next time that you go and you try to make a caption and try to, come on babe, and you try to like figure out what you're going to write? I know that Dave sometimes struggles with his captions, right?
I struggle with it all, but
Right.
Thankfully, I have you.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
yeah,
I
yeah.
have you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thankfully, we have you.
Yeah. So so we just went over, you know, the engage, entertain, educate. We just went over the 5 squares. We just went over the fact that if you join today, that you're going to be getting the content calendar. So should we now maybe show a little bit of the inside, like,
Let's get them inside.
yeah, I was thinking maybe, yeah, that would be cool, right? Now is a really good moment for like the inside scoop, which is something I filmed just like a few minutes. We decided to do this like a second before we went live. So if you want to see kind of like a little bit about the club, like a video of the Inspire Club. So I just filmed this for you, and it's some of my favorite courses, and you kind of get a feeling of like, you know, what it would be like to be in the course. And it's a really short video. It's like, what, 2 minutes or something? But we had a lot of people sort of, I had a lot of DMs today asking me for this. And like I said, we've been busy as heck, but you asked for it. And that's what we did, we deliver. So even though we were like down to the wire, I made this for you. So you guys let me know when it's on so I can stop talking. Yeah?
Hey there, so I just wanted to take you on a little tour of the Inspired Club. So this is what it looks like when you get into the Inspired Club, and here are some of our courses. So you can see we have photography fundamentals, how to use window light, how to use open shade, engagement photography. We have a whole section on wedding photography, how to pose your models. It goes on and on and on. We have so many courses, like heading over to page 3 and 4, but I'm going to go back to page 1 and go inside of a course for you. So a lot of photographers, if they're beginners, they're going to start over here at the photography fundamentals. And I just want to show you inside of a course what that looks like. So inside of a course like photography fundamentals, you'll see here just courses, videos on getting to know your DSLR. You guys, there's 10 videos just on how to get to know your DSLR, right? So we go over different modes of camera, what's RAW versus JPEG, what's a histogram. And then when you head over to composition, there's 4 videos just about composition. To learn the exposure triangle, you guys, we have 10 videos that are going to teach you all about, the exposure triangle. These videos are really, really great for you to really learn how to use your camera, which is a lot about what we talked about yesterday. So, and then on and on and on. And then, we're closing with tips here on how to take better photos, and there's 7 videos in there. So this is just inside one of the courses. So that's just inside photography fundamentals. So let me take you into a BTS. So for instance, BTS is behind the scenes. So in the BTSs, this is where you are basically like a second shooter, and this, I would say, our members love this the most. So this is what you receive every single month. You get a full BTS video, and here's some behind the scenes of me at a wedding, just kind of going over how I pose large groups. So this BTS was 15 minutes, and this BTS was going over wedding family photos. So how I deal with wedding family photos. So like I said, our members get a monthly video, a monthly BTS. And if it were me, you guys, I would actually, if it were me and I was a photographer, trying to, get better at my craft, I would join the Inspire Club just for the BTS. I'll just go into one more BTS for you. So you can just sort of see what that's like. So this one's 25 minutes long. You can see it's me on a more like elevated shoot. So it's different types of shoots. So you can see I'm on an engagement session. We were using lights that day. I had an assistant, and I've got a remote control. I'm sorry. I've got a mic on. And so it's literally like, I'm not performing for you. These people aren't models. These are real people, real couples. And I'm showing you exactly what I do, exactly how I pose them. Okay, so I feel like I've gone over a pretty good, I've showed you, we have a ton of courses and a lot that are on photography. Let me just touch on the branding aspect of the Inspire Club. So we have a course on, how to write your mission statement. But as it goes into social media, you guys, we have the ultimate course on the Pinterest guide. So the ultimate course on Pinterest is amazing. That's one of the most popular courses that we have. I have an entire course on Facebook. So how to use Facebook for your business, how to use Instagram for your business, how to use Pinterest for your business. Guys, see, we have eight modules here, and this really works. It's really, really, really amazing. So we're very focused on teaching you about branding and social media as well. Another thing that people love, which I think is super fun, is we have email templates. So that's in a course that's all about communicating with your clients. And so we have email templates and contracts. So you can simply copy and paste these emails, and it's going to help you to communicate with your clients better. So that's a really amazing part of the Inspire Club too. So let me also show you the Facebook group. So the Facebook group is amazing, and we have so many amazing members. And look at this, we have members putting up, oh, so sweet. Colette always so sweet. She's always so amazing. So as you can see, like, we have photographers here that are posting photos and getting feedback. I'm in here all the time, you guys. Literally, I was just in there before we filmed this. So I think this is also super, super valuable to have a community. So we really love the Facebook. That's a big part of it. I jump in there. I do lives. I'm just randomly putting up editing videos. Sometimes I'll be editing a photo and I'll just make a screen recording and put it up there. Cool. Well, I'm glad that that I was able to give you a little tour of TIC, and I'm excited. So let's get back to our live masterclass.
Woo! Come on, y'all, let's
Come on.
go.
How much content and value are you guys getting from that website? I mean,
So good.
scrolling course after course after course, the Facebook group.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, if you're excited about that, if you're excited about what you just saw, if you're excited about everything that you learned in this live right now, share it. That's what it's all about.
By
here.
tagging a friend.
Tag a friend,
Yeah.
share it on Facebook, and that's what we're all about. We're all about sharing knowledge and trying to lift other people up and trying to inspire people to create.
I love it.
Come on, let's go.
And first of all, I just want to say, Nicole, you are so awesome, and you are such a value member. Andrew, can I get this camera on me? Thank you. Because this is my shout out to Nicole. I just want to say thank you so much for being such an awesome member. You are the ideal member. You're telling everybody what this, how much value it brings to you, and you always show up, and I'm always seeing you on Instagram, and I just want to give you a hug right now, a cyber hug. So, so also, this is the thing too, when I was making that today, and when I was watching that video, I was thinking to myself, wow, when I started this 8 years ago, there was nothing like that. There was nothing there was some photography workshops that were from the people that I wanted to learn from, which were the best, and the photographers that were shooting the best weddings and had the best careers. But their workshops were $5,000, $6,000. I mean, could have been literally $10,000, because you have to buy the plane ticket to where you're going, pay for your hotel, buy your food, all this kind of stuff. I mean, and there was nothing like this. And we were talking about it last night, and why it got so much good feedback. And the thing is, it turned out it's 66 cents a day.
66 cents.
66 cents a day. I was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So I mean, literally, if you want to sign up, the link is in profile. It's 66 cents a day. Yeah. It's www.theinspireclub.com/join. Sorry, www.theinspireclub.net/join. And it's awesome. But the question is, who is the Inspired Club for, right? Who is our ideal client? I just said Nicole was, because I love her. She shows up. She's amazing. But I'd say the number one thing about our family member, our tribe member, is they're consistent. You know what I'm saying? and committed and just so consistent to get on the club and to learn and support each other. And we're all like rising up together, like as a community. It's really what's making, like, it's just like, that's the biggest difference between, I feel like, what we are all about and what, you know, you could go online and you could find some other that teach photography, but I don't know, maybe those photographers aren't in the wedding business anymore. Maybe they're teaching things that were good a few years ago, or for some of them a decade ago. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the difference. Like, I shot a wedding last weekend, and even more important, I shot my ideal bride last weekend. And I'm shooting my ideal bride again this weekend. I'm actively shooting. That's what the biggest difference is for us here at the Inspire Club.
Yeah.
You know?
And we're filming it, and we're capturing it, and we're always trying to channel all of that experience and trying to give it to our members. And
that's one of the reasons we made it like so accessible. Like, it's easy, you know? It's like, it's super affordable, and it's so easy. And the reason that we did that was, you know, we're all about transformation. Like, literally, that's what like lights us up. I mean, for me, when I was kind of coming up, I would definitely say 8 years ago, I thought to myself, like, my thing was about, like, I wanted to make like this amount of money shooting weddings, and I thought that it was like money was going to be the thing that was like, you know, so awesome. And money is awesome. Like, you know, being out of debt and being able to, you know, go out to dinner when we want to, and maybe rent this place in Palm Springs, whatever. It's cool. It's awesome. But the truth is, there was so many times, like, throughout this, because you guys know I've had the YouTube for 8 years, and I worked so hard as a wedding photographer, and so hard to get to where I am right now. And I'm telling you right now that the biggest thing, what got me through, was like having that YouTube channel, having Instagram, having people like you that commented and supported me and connected with me and told me that, like, I inspired you to go do something, and I inspired you to change your life, and that you felt like you saw me do it and then you did it. Like, wow. I mean, we're talking all of those early mornings and those late nights. Not easy, you guys, but I would say, and I didn't even expect that. Like, I didn't expect it, but it's so true that it was the one thing that, like, really, like, it kept me going. It pushed me through, and it's awesome, because then it made me realize that, like, that's what life is about. You know what I mean? So then you've been given these gifts, and then you've been smart enough to sort of take action on them. And I'll say, I've been smart enough to take action on them. That is one thing I do. I might have not had a college education, and I might not have, you know, done a few things that, you know, whatever, but I certainly know how to take action. When I see an opportunity, I don't believe in luck. I think that you are preparing yourself constantly for when the opportunity comes. When the opportunity comes, you take action on it. And because of that, I feel like it's my duty, and it's what I'm meant to do, what we're meant to do, is to share and to change people's lives. I mean, on the scale that we can, you know what I mean? We're talking about photography here. We're talking about, you know, wedding photographers, and those are the people that I'm talking to right now. That's what I want to do. I want to change their life. Well, we do, you know? And Dave, you're a huge part of this. You're like so big, so big, you know?
Katie said that she is ready to
Yes.
take the leap and join you.
Yes, Katie, absolutely. Link in profile. It's right there. Join today. Like, literally, I mean, if you really are ready to take that leap, and you're ready to just change your life and go from having that job that you know, maybe you're like me and you're waiting tables and you feel like, I don't know, maybe it's you know, the things I was feeling, you know, maybe that you're not good enough or not smart enough. That was a huge one.
You feel totally alone.
Okay, I'm finally joining.
Well, why? Yeah, of course. Yes, you should. Yes.
One course. We should run the Colette testimonial.
Okay.
You know what? There was another thing. One other thing that really got me was, y'all, I can't spell well. And if you've been following me for a while, you might know that about me. And you know what is so funny? Like, it is one of the things that really held me back. Like, it is one of the reasons that I felt like I couldn't be a photographer. I know it sounds simple and kind of silly, but I couldn't see myself like really communicating with clients, or certainly not knowing how to work at this camera. You know what I mean? That was actually one of the things that really held me back. I mean, it's just the self-talk. And if you're out there and you have self-talk and you're feeling not good enough, not rich enough, not pretty enough, not the right size, not the right age, not the right weight, not the right clothes, whatever. You guys, all of us feel that way. There's not one person who doesn't feel that way. And you know what? I feel like I attract a lot of people to me that are vulnerable enough and brave enough to say, I'm with you. I feel that too. I have that self-talk too. And so then, then we can connect and we lift each other up. And
It's
you know
about
what?
taking action. It's about working through it. But it's easier when you have a community, when you have a coach,
well,
a big coach. A coach is
a mentor, absolutely.
A coach, somebody like you said who has experienced it all and can talk you through it every day. And people in the club, they're sharing their stories, and everybody's
like
bolstering
Colette.
each other up. Yeah, like Colette.
I
who we're gonna listen
die for Colette's testimony. Are you cool if we show Colette's testimony? Can we show that, guys? I loved hers. Oh, cool. We're showing Colette's testimony.
I've got a lot from the Inspired Club. I sat Jana's Pinterest course, and within 2 weeks my monthly Pinterest views went from 500 to 20,000, and I've got it as high as 250,000 views a month, which is really beneficial to your business. So the Inspired Club gives you a way to connect with other entrepreneurs. It makes you feel included, and it's a safe place to ask questions and learn more for your business. Thank you.
I mean, you guys, how awesome. How? Y'all, Andrew is so funny. This is Andrew's action. No, just kidding. No, he's so funny. So here's the thing. I mean, how amazing is that about Colette's testimonial, and how awesome is that Colette could see that there was a problem in her business, so she wasn't getting the traffic on Pinterest. She needs more traffic. She needs to book more weddings. So she went to our ultimate Pinterest guide. She was committed to working it, and look at the results. I mean, in the Inspire Club, I am giving you the exact things that I do on a daily in my business. Y'all, I'm still using the Pinterest guide. Every single thing in the Pinterest guide, we still do every day. Am I right, Zena?
Yes.
Like, we're doing it every single week. We're using Tailwind. We're doing that. We're getting our Pinterest views are up now to whatever, 300,000 almost.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge for us. So just because we're the mentors and we have the Inspire Club doesn't mean that like we're also making sure our Pinterest views are up. That also means that we are on the up and up on all the new things that are always happening with social media, right? So Pinterest is changing, Instagram's changing, Facebook's changing, and we're always in there updating these videos.
We surround ourselves with other experts and other amazing people like we have here on this team that are, informing us and teaching us about, Facebook ads
and it's so crazy because I mean, there was definitely a time where, like I was saying before, like I couldn't have imagined myself being at a place where I was making big decisions and I was branding myself or putting myself on social media. Like literally all of these things not that long ago felt so foreign to me, like something that I couldn't achieve for so many reasons. I mean, there was just so many reasons that I felt that way. And even today, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, when I put that camera up, and I've been promoting myself and branding myself for all these years, I put that camera up and I'm like, damn, girl, you have a lot more wrinkles than you used to have. Or, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know what? That's okay. I'm still gonna love myself. I'm still gonna promote myself. And I see me doing this for years to come. But why is it? It's not because I love myself so much. You know what I love so much? I love photography so much. You know what I mean? And this is part of it. I want to share a story with you, and this is like, it's just so real, you know what I mean? And I think that you can relate to this. So I view social media, I view Instagram, I take it serious. You know what I mean? I think it's like, I think you should be consistent. I think you should take it serious. I think you have to get in there and you have to post, almost daily, especially if you're trying to grow your Instagram. You have to post daily, no matter what's going on in your life. Because here's the thing, I don't have the perfect marriage, do we, babe? I mean, it's like, if you're married, there's no perfect marriage.
No, nothing's
I have family issues. You know, my brother is in prison. My mom, I shared yesterday, she's bipolar. I got lots of things happening with my family that I love. I got lots of insecurities, like I just said. You know, sometimes I look and I'm like, wow, my face is changing. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not as, you know, whatever. All that self-talk that we don't have to bring up. But here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it. Am I going to show up at a wedding when I've had a fight with my husband, or I'm worried about my family, or I'm feeling, you know, not the best about my appearance? Heck yeah, I am. And am I going to show up there and give 100%? Heck yeah, I am. Why is that? Because I'm consistent. I'm consistent and I'm determined to be successful, you know? And so that's what I want to give you permission to do. And so if you ever feel like, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be on the other side of the camera. I don't want to be, you know, my friends might judge me if I'm always posting pictures of myself up on Instagram. Well, you know what? A real good way to sort of like overcome that and defeat that thinking is, first of all, you have to think about it as your job. And secondly, if you wake up and you're not feeling like you love yourself enough that day to show up for yourself, you know, something, one more little Jana pro tip that I do. I'll choose somebody in my life that I love a lot. Like, you know, I'll choose somebody that I love, whether it's Dave or my brother or my niece or my nephew or my mom or my sister or my dad, or, you know, any of them. And I'll say, you know what, I'm going to dedicate this to them, you know, in my mind. I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for them, because when I do this, it's going to bring more abundance and I can help them more. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go post this picture. I'm going to connect with my audience. I'm going to gain trust. I'm going to do this because I'm going to help my sister. I'm going to help my sister, my niece, and my nephew. This is going to be for them. So try that out. You know who else you show up for? And you know who I show up for? I show up for you guys. And I've done it so many years in my career. I've said thought, you know what? They show up for me. They show up on my Instagram and they're liking and they're commenting. They show up on them at YouTube and they show up on my Facebook, and they've been there for years. So who would I be not to show up for them, right? So that's been a big part of me. So, I mean, for me, I just feel like, you know, one question I ask myself a lot, and I learned this from a mentor as well, is, you know, what is the cost of not doing something for myself, right? So what would be the cost of maybe not investing in yourself and not signing up for the Inspire Club? And when I thought about that, it really touched me, because the cost of not moving forward is like, you might just be an observer for the rest of your life. And this life is like, dude, it's huge. It's so fun to step into your greatness. It is so fun to really step into the light and live your life. Like, we're all so individual and we have so much to offer. And when you really make that decision and do that, and then you're not only doing it for yourself, but you're surrounded by a community that's lifting you up and pushing you forward. It is, I mean, that's the way you want to live. You don't want to be the observer. You want to be the person who's living out loud, raising other people up, growing together. And, you know, we don't want observers at the Inspire Club, to tell you the truth, because you know what observers are? Observers are a lot of time those people that are like trolling online, and they might like have some bad things to say. No, we give, you know, we're lifting each other up. It's a good place to be. The link is in profile, www.theinspireclub.net/join. I don't know. It's less than 48 hours. Less than 48 hours. Also, you guys, we forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you that we've been deciding who is getting the giveaway tonight. So,
Comment Be Inspired.
okay. So here's what you got to do. So you got to comment Be Inspired right now to join the giveaway. So comment Be Inspired right now. Are we getting any comments?
Yes.
We're getting some comments. Yay! So what's it going to be? Just a few minutes till we chose a leader?
Jesse said she quit her full-time job yesterday and today.
Go, Jesse! Woo! Jesse, yes. Anybody want to say anything? Does any of y'all out there want to come over here? I mean, Jesse, that's so smart of you. It is only, I mean, Jesse, good for you. Good for you. I'm so glad that you joined the Inspire Club. Yes.
Yeah.
Seth, do you want to come say anything?
I mean,
Anybody?
you always know I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here, real quick,
Can
real
Seth
quick,
jump in
guys.
here? I mean, I love Seth. He's so cool.
You guys know I was on here yesterday. And I think the biggest
Always.
He's gonna be so mad at me because he doesn't like his outfit.
Well, I mean, guys, I'm back there. I was holding up the board.
This
You know,
guy.
I'm doing my thing.
But the whole time I was like, you got to come over here. This man. I mean, there's so many people here that are.
Am I here?
Yep.
So I want to
So
just
good.
touch on the cost of not moving forward, and really,
that's good.
you can't live on the sidelines your whole life. You can't be an observer, because some people will live their whole life observing other people's dreams coming true, and that will eat away at you. But if you take the leap, guys, and literally spend 66 cents a day to join the Inspired Club,
That's like crazy.
not only will you stop being an observer, but you'll be
Yeah.
in the field playing. You'll be running with people just like Jana.
Yeah.
Jana travels the world shooting weddings in Paris,
Thank you.
in Spain, all over Europe, all over the world, worldwide, because she decided 8 years ago to take action. And that's all we're asking you guys to step into your destiny. Just take the leap and step into your destiny.
Do y'all see why I asked Seth to come over here? I mean, this man puts it in words that are just like, you know, I mean, they're just, it's so true. And when I talk to him and I'm like making eye contact, I'm just excited to be in the presence of Seth and people like Seth and, you know, everybody here at the Inspire Club. I mean, it's just insane what has happened. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
so awesome.
It's so awesome. It's just like up, it's awesome. It's happening right now. It's happening right now. And it's gonna not, the doors are closing in 48 hours.
Yeah,
it's not even 48 hours anymore. It's like faster than 48 hours. So I don't know. I just feel like
I was gonna say.
we should tell him a few more times.
No, but the doors are closing, and the reason why the doors are closing, you touched on this earlier. I want to come back to it.
And it was a hard decision for us to make. That's scary.
Yes.
It's scary. Because, I mean,
very
it's
scary.
really cool to be just like, yeah, everybody join. But, you know.
But our goal is to really hone in and serve the community at the highest level possible. And we realize that closing the door, and the crazy thing too is when we close the door, the course is just going to keep getting better and better. And so if you don't get in, you're not going to really see what else is happening in the course, because we're going to keep adding stuff.
Yeah,
the course is
all the
gonna
time.
Get better.
We're committed to
especially
it.
The members are going to help grow the course as well. Like, members in the course can suggest, hey, maybe we might need something like this.
Y'all, that's number one. It's like
Yeah.
number one is that we are all committed to learning from you guys what we should do. Like, you know what I mean? That's like the number one thing, like, no doubt, absolutely, of course, you know?
100%.
And it was a hard decision for sure. I mean, we all sit down last night and for me at first, to tell you the truth, I'm like, why would we close the doors? Like, no way, the more the merrier. It's gonna be awesome. Like, we'll just like hire more people and it'll be so much fun. But the truth is, like, we are very selective about the team members here and very, very intentional about every single step that we make, because more than anything, it's about servicing our clients, like 100% about servicing you guys, number one.
100%.
There's nothing else.
Leah said she's inspired and she just joined.
Woo! Yay,
Welcome.
Leah.
All right, I'm going to leave it up to you. All right?
Awesome.
I love you
Anybody
all.
else want to jump in? It's totally up to you guys. We can either call, oh wait, but we're going to announce the winner.
We are. Andrew is on that.
So yeah.
People are still commenting, so we're
I love it.
just gonna let
Okay.
people-
Oh, did anybody have any like question and answer while we can do it like a few Q&As while we're waiting for to find out who won. Yo, I'm so excited to see who won the business strategy call, because that's going to be like life changing. Maybe we can do like a live with you. So.
Let people know if they pay the 140, that's good for, like, that renews next year.
Oh, okay. So we've had some questions. A lot of people are asking two things. They're asking like the $20, like when you raise the prices, is it going to go up? Like I just said, we're actually not doing the whole raising the price thing. Monday, we're actually closing the doors. So when you get in at $20, you're good for life at $20. That was a commitment that we made to you guys. That's something that we said to y'all. So so that is true. That's happening. Also the 140. We also have a deal. It's $140 for a year. Yeah. And yeah, so that's solid too. We're not pulling any fast ones on you. Everything is super, super clear. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Do we have any questions?
So is the Inspire Club useful for family photography?
Oh, I love that you just asked me that. Okay, so we have a course on there talk about family photos. So I'm photographing kids in these courses, but just like Seth just said, so we are always like updating our content. So May 19th, we're flying to Florida, and we are shooting my sister, who lives down in Alabama, who got a camera about 6 months ago. Actually, I gave her my camera. I gave her some lessons. She started making money this year shooting Christmas cards for families, which was amazing because she's a single mom, and I do anything to help her out. So that's happening. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down there. I'm going to shoot my sister, photograph my sister with her kids. So we're going to do some really intense like family photography there. And I'm also going to, you know, do some videos with my sister and teach my sister a little bit more, because my sister is just like you guys. I mean, if you haven't picked up a camera, this is the first time in your life that you've picked up a camera and started working with it, and you want to make some extra money. It's been awesome. That's been so great. So that's a great question. So yes, we do have family photography.
Question. Christian want to know would you add portrait photography courses?
Try to repeat the question so we can hear.
Okay, so the question was, would I add portrait photography lessons? And here's the thing. Anything that you guys want to see, anything that you tell us to create, that's awesome for us. That's like gold for us, because then we get out there and create. You guys see us. We have every single, I don't even know how many cameras are here right now. It's like we have so many cameras, so much equipment. We're surrounded around photographers and around creators. So that's like candy for us. You tell us what you want, and then we go do it. And then you can, you know, like give us feedback, and then we can add to it, change. And there's all types of different portrait photography, right? So there'd be like indoor portrait photography, outdoor portrait photography, headshots, you know, all kinds of things. So the more specific, the better, because that is so fun for me. There's nothing like, it's so fun to create content.
Yeah, so we'll do one more. Amy asked, what about low light event photography? Anything for concerts or things like that?
Okay, I love that. So, so my go-to would probably be the courses on wedding reception lighting. And what I think might be fun is I've thought about oftentimes, because I don't want to act like I am the photographer that knows how to do everything. Because I mean, I'm sure I could go shoot some photos at a concert, but you know what I think would be fun? And then I'm just throwing it out here right now, is that I think it would be really fun to have another expert, someone that does that for a living or does that as their main job, to come in and teach a course at the Inspire Club. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. That's the first time I've even brought it up to Dave or anybody, because for me, I like to be super transparent. So I don't go to a lot of concerts and shoot photos. I go to a lot of wedding receptions and shoot photos that are in low light. But I definitely think it'd be really fun for a photographer to come and create a course and teach how to do exactly what you're asking for. So that's how I want to be like transparent and real about it.
Yes, so Nikki wants to know, are there any courses that go over shooting in harsh lighting?
Okay, so we have a course on open shade. Yeah, so we have courses where it shows you how to use scrim, how to use open shade. So that definitely is would be what I consider shooting in harsh light. Also, just even on the Facebook page, I had the wedding I shot last weekend. I had some members from the Facebook ask me like, hey Jenna, how do you deal with shooting like in direct light? How do you deal with shooting like the couple and the families and all that? So I took a photo of my second shooter holding the scrim, like exactly like she was doing. And on the Facebook, you can see my second shooter exactly where she's placed, her scrim, and then you can see the photo that I got from it. So I'm doing a lot more of that, a lot more like BTS photos and BTSs of things like that, so people can really know what to do when it's harsh lighting.
Sherry's just asking, we'll do one more question. What was your first camera and lens? And did you have to have a bunch of lenses when you first started out?
Yeah, I certainly. Okay, this question was, what was my first camera and my first lens, and did I have to have, you know, like a bunch of equipment when I first started out? So my first camera I bought on a Best Buy credit card, and it was a Rebel. What was that? That was not even $1,000, but it probably ended up costing me like triple that, because I was just paying like the minimum on that credit card forever, you know? So we laugh about the fact that camera ended up costing me so much. But anyway, so I just had the Rebel, and I had a kit lens that came with it, which was, I don't even remember the zoom lens on that, but I know the aperture wouldn't go lower than 5.6. So that's what I was shooting like headshots with and everything for probably about 4 months. I was just shooting with a kit lens. So I was really getting to know like composition. I was getting to know lighting. I was actively shooting though with this lens. Now about 6 months down the road, when I decided to get a 50mm 1.4, I got a Sigma lens. That was my first lens that wasn't a kit lens, and that is an off-brand. It was cheaper. That changed my whole world. It changed my life. To get a 50mm, it totally changed my life. So that would be, oh cool, we have a winner. Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, awesome.
Drum
This is awesome. Okay, so the winner for tonight and the person who's going to get the 60-minute strategy business call is Diana Taylor. Diana Taylor, I am so excited to meet you. I am so excited that you were here. Thank you for staying. So we'll be reaching out to you after this live to set up the call. And I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys that showed up. I really, 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 really am. And I hope to see you as a member in the Inspire Club. I hope to see you, do this for yourself, take action. 48 hours are left. I don't really have much more to say about it, except thanks for being here. Diana, I'm so excited to do this call with you. You guys, tomorrow night, it's all about community, and we're giving away the big prize, the camera that's worth $5,000. I can't wait to see who wins that. I truly can't. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.